you are into luxury watches and say that you've never heard of Rolex and Cartier, you are bound to be viewed with skepticism, as everyone knows these brands, whether or not they can afford them. Rolex and Cartier are premium watch brands that are synonymous for generations for their distinction, class, and aesthetic. Owning one signifies many things to many people, and they are a status symbol like no other for watch aficionados. Maybe you're looking to buy one of these expensive watches. Choosing which brand to use could be challenging for you, as there are so many to select from, each bringing something unique to the table that is worth researching depending on your particular interests. Perhaps you want to know which brand is the best. Again, this lies in the eyes of the beholder and is up to a spirited debate. In this post, we will compare Rolex vs. Cartier to find which one stands out as having the finest qualities. History of Rolex. Theoretically, the history of Rolex started in 1905, when creator Hans Wilsdorf founded a London business focused on the distribution of watches. To understand the complete narrative, though, you must go back to 1903, when the businessman born in Germany first packed up and traveled over the pond with nothing but a dream in mind. This dream, as well documented, became a reality in quick succession. Approximately 2 years later, he and his brother-in-law Alfred Davis established the Wilsdorf and Davis business. Little did the couple realize that fame, money, and widespread praise awaited them just 3 years later. Wilsdorf experienced inspiration while traveling in one of London's well-known double-decker buses. Wilsdorf started sourcing the production of all Rolex timepieces from the legendary Maison Idler in Bayonne, Switzerland. Although the quality was excellent, Wilsdorf insisted that every component function flawlessly together. He worked hard to achieve this goal and was the first wristwatch vendor to receive an officially validated chronometric certification in 1910. Wilsdorf relocated Rolex from London to Geneva as England imposed a hefty 33% tax on custom imports, which impacted the firm. Tragic events occurred to the Wilsdorf family just 1 year before Rolex celebrated its 40th anniversary. Florence, Hans' loving wife, went away unexpectedly. Wilsdorf never had kids with Florence and was orphaned when he was 12. The Hans Wilsdorf Foundation acquired control of the business upon Wilsdorf's death in 1960. Initially, the Hans Wilsdorf Foundation gave its earnings to organizations involved in the watch industry, including the Swiss Watchmaking Research Facility in Neuchâtel. As the 2010s began, the foundation extended its influence by giving $100 million to the Geneva branch of Head, an applied arts college. Rolex vs. Cartier luxury brand name. Almost everyone is familiar with the Rolex name, and compared to the Cartier brand name, it unquestionably carries greater weight. Just consider how frequently you hear the names Rolex and Cartier compared to one another. Since the beginning, Rolex has been at the forefront of watch innovation. For example, Rolex was the first watch company to produce fully water-resistant watches and timepieces with an automated date change. This was a game-changer in the industry and forced any watch brand interested in maintaining a certain cash to follow suit or fall by the wayside in terms of what is considered a top-tier brand. Rolex vs. Cartier build quality. Both Rolex and Cartier produce manual and quartz analog timepieces. Both of these manufacturers provide luxury timepieces built in Switzerland using premium components, although they also offer gold and platinum casings. Rolex and Cartier's watches tend to have stainless steel cases in most cases, but because Rolex uses a kind of stainless steel known as 904L stainless steel, its stainless steel casings stand out. This kind is more resistant to corrosion than others. Both brands, however, also feature sapphire crystal dial windows. Rolex vs. Cartier. Style. Cartier watches typically adhere to the rules of fashion in terms of style. Cartier's background as a jeweler before a watchmaker still has some merit despite having a few more products in other categories. The fact that Cartier watches come in a range of case designs is an advantage that many never overlook. Cases for Cartier watches come in a few varieties and can be round, square, or even tonneau-shaped. But Rolex tends to remain with a more rounded case style for most of its watches. Cartier's variety of case forms is undoubtedly a bonus, but it doesn't guarantee victory in this contest. Rolex vs. Cartier. Pricing. Cartier watches are often more affordable than Rolex watches in terms of price. Cartier would be the preferable choice to consider first if you are starting in the luxury watch market. Even though they are by no means inexpensive, many consumers that are just beginning their journey into the luxury watch game may choose one over the other and refuse to change their minds on which one should be the first to add to their coterie. But for those that are strictly going by price, then the Rolex brand offers more affordable options. Overview. Thus, according to the research, Rolex is the superior watch overall. But in the end, since each person is unique, it depends on personal preferences. It all comes down to your financial capacity and the goals you have for the watch when you purchase it. But in the end, both Rolex and Cartier are excellent options for luxury watches. If the prices for these brands are out of your price range, You could want to check into other high-end alternatives that have the same design as a luxury watch but are less expensive. We are going to end this video right away. If you have any query or information to share, please leave a comment below. Thanks for watching.